Well, hi, my name is Josh Nelson with HVAC SEO, and if you're watching this video, you're probably to the point where you've read one of our books, you've talked with one of either me or one of the guys on our team, maybe you heard one of our presentations and you've seen our case studies and examples of how we've helped other HVAC companies in competitive markets dominate the search engines. And now you're to the point where you're like, okay, this is interesting, but I really want to make sure I understand what you're going to do for me as a service to help me get my online marketing right and really take my business to the next level. So I just want to give you a quick overview of exactly what we're going to bring to the table within our SEO or SEO Plus social media program to really help you get your online marketing right. And for us, it really starts with your website. Whether you've got an awesome website that you invested tens of thousands of dollars in, or you've got a terrible site and you feel like you need to start from scratch, we want to take over where your last effort left off. So if you don't have a website, we're going to build a brand new website for you. If you do have a website, you feel like it's great, we're going to tap into that infrastructure and do what we know needs to be done to improve the optimization on the website as well as the conversion elements. And typically what we're doing is we're making sure, first of all, that the existing site is optimized for each one of your HVAC related services. And it's more complicated than just having home, about us, our services, contact us. If we want to rank for all the different things that people type in when they need your services, whether it's installation, repair, indoor air quality, air filtration, we need to make sure we have pages for each one of those services if we want to rank in your city for that specific service. And beyond that, we need to make sure we have pages for each one of the sub-markets that you operate in. We know a typical HVAC company serves between a 30 and 50 mile radius. Well, if we want to rank for each one of the cities, or at least the top 10 cities in that area, we need a page for each one of those services. And we need great content that's completely unique on each one of them. And so that's where we're going to start. We're going to get into the website. We'll build one for you if you need it. But we're going to get into your domain, we're going to build the pages, we're going to optimize them, we're going to write the content for you so that you don't have to come up with it. We're going to write it, we're going to wordsmith it. And of course, we're going to pay close attention to the conversion elements. There's some very specific things we can do within your website to make it resonate better with that customer that's thinking about hiring your services. Things like adding pictures of your staff, having compelling copy, having phone numbers in strategic places on the website. We're going to make sure we think about all of that because conversion, in my mind and our mind, is even more important than rankings because we don't want to just get you ranked. We want to get your phone ringing. Of course, we're going to include a mobile optimized version of your website. More and more consumers are accessing the internet via their mobile devices, and so it's essential that we build a version of your website that's mobile friendly where they can quickly get the information they need, be able to click a button and be calling your office. From there, once the website's set up right and we've got the right pages with the right content and the right optimization, that gives us the ability to potentially show up in search somewhere, whether it's on page 1 or page 5. The next piece of our strategy, and probably the much bigger piece of the strategy, is now to build your authority so that your website and those pages on your website can rank on page 1 instead of page 10. And so we start by focusing on the Google Map listings. This is one of the most important areas on the search engines. And there really are 3 core elements that go into getting ranked on the Google Maps. The first is claiming the map listing. The second is having lots of citations with consistent references of your company's name, address, and phone number. And then the third is having a lot of online reviews from your real customers and your true service area. And so we're going to get aggressive on all 3 of those areas. We're going to claim and properly optimize the map listing for you. You probably have some type of Google Map listing or Google Plus local page currently. We're going to want to tap into that and optimize it correctly for you. We're going to make sure that we have a clear definition of your name, address, and phone number. And then we're going to go across the web on Angie's List, City Search, Yelp.com, all of those online directories that are relevant to home services. We're going to make sure you're in there. More importantly, we're going to make sure you're in there with the exact name, address, and phone number, which is critical for ranking well and getting the authority that you deserve. The next piece is we're going to put a review automation strategy in place. It's one thing to say we need reviews. It's another thing to actually put a system in place to get those reviews. And so we take like a three-prong approach to this. The first, we're going to try and get an email database from you of any customers that you do have an email address for and send an email out. Hey, thanks so much for your business over the years. We'd love it if you take a few minutes to write us a review. That gives us a quick bump from a reputation and online review perspective. The second thing, we're going to print up some very simple request for review cards, almost like a business card, and it just says, hey, thanks for your business. If you would take a few minutes, go to ourcompany.com/reviews and write us a review. And train your guys, okay, you're going to hand out this card, hey, I'd love it if you take a few minutes to write us a review. That's going to help the process a bit. But our main strategy along this front is to put a system in place where an email goes out after every single service call, thanking the customer and asking them to go ahead and write a review. And so we implement a system that leverages mobile technology. I mean, we know that most of your guys in the field have smartphones, iPhones, Androids, and we want to tap into that. And what we do is we implement an app that runs on their mobile phones, and as they go about their day, whether they're in City 1, City 2, City 5, they're going to take out their phone and they're going to check in. And the GPS coordinates from that check-in will be captured, and they're going to type a brief description. Installing a new furnace, repairing an AC. And that will then marry up with the approximate location of where that service took place. And that will automatically post to your website. And this is a big piece of the strategy because it helps Google understand your true service area. It's going to have micro format data behind it that when Google spiders the page, it finds out, okay, they've got a lot of unique check-ins and information relevant to the city that they say they're in. In addition, I talked about we're going to build pages for each one of your cities. This just gives us a great way to automatically update all of those cities. So if your guy did a service in City 1 and types a description, City 1 now has a new piece of content that's posted to it. If he did an update, check-in in City 3, now that city page gets updated. So this is a great way to automatically update the content for our City 1, City 2, City 3 pages to make sure they're authentic, they're unique, and they can rank well. But on the front of automating the review request process, the other thing we do with this mobile app is after the technician checks in, they're going to go back to the app after the service is done and type in the customer's name and email address or cell phone number. And an email will go out right after service. It's already been queued up saying, hey, thanks so much for choosing our company. We really appreciate the opportunity to serve you and would appreciate if you take a few minutes to write us a review. And then we give them direct links to the various places online where they can go ahead and write that review. We found that doing this in a consistent way, in an automatic way, will significantly increase the number of reviews that you have, which will help you rank much better at search and will improve your conversion rate online. So people that get to your website that actually take action and call you. So the next piece is we have to build your authority. So once the website's set up right and the Google Maps optimization piece is in place, the real thing that's going to determine whether you're on page 1 or page 6 is authority. And authority is determined by the number of links, the value of the content, the number of citations, and the number of the reviews. And so content is king. We have to be updating the website with information on a consistent basis. Our team's going to become your ghost writers. We're going to come up with article topics and post an update to your website in the form of a blog on a weekly basis. And it's just going to be informational, not promotional stuff, but more, why you might want to consider this type of AC, what to do in the event that your AC breaks down in the middle of the night. Information, question and answer type stuff that people are typing in that Google loves, which gives your website more authority. So we're going to manage that part for you. We're also going to manage the link building. There's a lot of things we do from a link building perspective to build links back to your website. Of course, there's been changes in the algorithm. It's become more important than ever that the website links that you have are relevant. And so we implement a link building strategy that is really based on competitive link acquisition, and that's looking at, in your city, HVAC, AC repair, who's the top guy? Who are the top 5 guys? Looking at their websites, we can reverse engineer. What links do they have? What citations did they have? and identify what the gap is between where you are in terms of links and where they are. And by doing that, we can systematically say, okay, they have 25 really good links here that we can get pointed back to your domain. It's a manual process, it's a tedious process, but over time, we go through competitor 1, competitor 2, competitor 3, competitor 4. Over time, we can really bridge the gap and build your authority. And it's not just about the links, but it's really about this whole process. Getting the on-page optimization right, creating great content, having strategy for getting online reviews, helping Google understand your true service area, and then building authoritative links. That's how, if you look at our case studies and examples, that's how our clients have such dominant positions. It's not a magic formula, it's not a push-button system, it's a really systematic approach to building your authority in a way that's authentic and that builds your authority. The next thing we want to bring to the table if you're on our SEO Plus social media platform or service is to help you manage social media. And social media is extremely powerful right now. A lot of the contractors I talk with don't really understand the value of it. In my mind, it's going to help with our SEO efforts, and that's important, but it's also really going to help you get more repeat and referral business, which is probably the lifeblood of your company right now. Friends, typical Facebook user has 135 friends. That's a great way to get more referral business. And they've also given you permission to remain top of mind. They're checking in between 6 and 9 times per day. So if we can get it where every time they check in once a day, they're seeing something from your company, that's going to help you remain top of mind, which is going to really improve the probability of getting more repeat business. So we're going to put that process in place. We're going to manage it for you. We're going to set up Facebook, Twitter, Google+, LinkedIn. Maybe you have those. If so, we're going to tap into the existing profile. So we're not going to recreate it. If you don't have it, we'll set it up for you. But the important part is we'll manage it. So our team's going to post the updates on a daily basis and engage with the customers when they post comments. So that's what we're doing within the SEO Plus social media package. And then, of course, on either, what we're going to do is we're going to put the mechanisms in place to help you track, measure, and quantify. And we put 3 core reports in place. The first is analytics, and you'll get that on a weekly basis. And it's going to tell you how many people got to your website, what did they type in to get there, how long did they stay. But the key thing we're looking at with analytics is the number of visitors to the website increasing? We're doing a good job. More traffic's going to get there. With more traffic will come more calls. The second report is keyword tracking. And we talked at the beginning about building your website and really going after all the different keywords and sub-cities that people are going to type in when they need your HVAC related services. Well, we can put a report in place based on about 100 keywords that will search Google, Yahoo, and Bing and say exactly where you rank for those 100 keywords. And then on a monthly basis, you'll get a report that shows where you rank. So over time, you'll be able to say, okay, we started and we weren't ranking on any of these, or we were ranking on page 2 or page 3. And over time, you'll see yourself move from position 72 to position 55 to position 5 to position 3. And ideally, we want to help you see the traction and how we're moving up in the search without having to spend a lot of time doing manual searches. And then the third report, and I really feel like this is the most important report, is call tracking, right? Because at the end of the day, it's fun to have a nice website. It's good to have an aggressive SEO strategy, but it isn't really worth anything until that turns into a call, and that call turns into revenues. And so we put call tracking in place, just taking a local area code number that we'll set up for you that you'll own and control, and put it in the graphics on your website. That way, we'll be able to see month 1, this is how many calls we got. And of course, you'll be able to hear recordings and really quantify whether that's turning into revenue for you or not. But it really is the litmus test, right? Are we getting enough calls to justify the investment? And if so, how can we do more of it and continue to increase that call volume? So those are the 3 reports we're going to put in place, and that's really how you can help hold us accountable, but it really drives our activity as well, because we can look at the keywords that we're not ranking for and we can improve them. We can look at the call volume and say, okay, well, we're ranking well, maybe we need to improve the conversion elements on the website. And so that's what we're working on from that perspective. So just a high-level recap, right? We're going to build out your website so you have pages for each one of the core services: AC repair, AC installation, heating repair, heating installation, indoor air quality, radiant systems, all the things that you do. And then we're going to build pages for each one of the cities that you operate in. We're going to focus on the top 10 within our SEO Plus social media program. And we're going to make sure we have a page for each one of those cities that's unique, that has great content and is optimized to show up in search for that specific city. From there, we're going to get aggressive with the Google Maps optimization piece, making sure you're properly optimized, making sure you're in all of the major online directories with consistency of your name, address, and phone number, and of course, putting that review automation process in place to get more reviews from your real customers and your true service area and making it an automated process within your business. Then we're going to manage the link building process, which is really the authority piece, helping to make sure that Google sees you as the authority so those pages we built rank well. We're going to do the link building in the right way, and we're going to do competitive link acquisition. And we're going to manage the blog. So our team's going to be your ghostwriter. We're going to be coming up with the topics, and we're going to be updating the blog on a weekly basis so your website is fresh and relevant. From there, we're going to manage social media. If you want to take us up on the SEO plus social media option, we're going to make sure you have Facebook, Twitter, Google+, LinkedIn, and then our team is going to post on a daily basis some type of update with the idea of helping you remain top of mind with your customer base in a way that's going to help drive more repeat and referral business. And of course, we're going to put that tracking in place so that you have a clear vision of what's getting done and what the net result is for you as a business. And so ultimately, our true goal with this and our business partnership together is to help you get ranked better in the search results so that you can get more qualified traffic to your website that's going to turn into phone calls, which generate revenue for you, and then help you tap into social media in a way that helps you get more repeat and referral business. All with the idea to help you get more leads, more revenues, and bigger profits. So the next step in this is let's get started. All you have to do, call our office at 866-610-4647, and we'll get the ball rolling. We'll get this started for you, and we'll hit the ground running to help you get your online marketing right and take your business to the next level. I look forward to talking with you soon.